episode 229 of the Shooter's Mindset. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Co-host joining me tonight, Jennifer Seymour. What's going on, Jen?
Hey, everybody.
Hi, Sue.
Awesome.
Can I talk
Guest and star of the hour here is a firearms instructor. You guys seen her all over the interwebs. She's sponsored and also works for Taran Tactical Innovations. That's Jade Struck in the house. What's going on, Jade?
Hi, guys. How's it going?
It's going excellent. It's funny. It's the best way to get in contact. I tried reaching out to you on social media, but it seems you probably get a little bit crashed with the DM PM things, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So I just sent
crazy.
I just sent Taran a text, be like, hey, let me get Jade, and I don't want you on this time, just her. And he's like, all right, dude.
I'm so nervous because I haven't done a live in like months, it feels like. So I was like, and he's like, no, I'm going to sit this one out. I was like, oh, I'm going in there alone. So yeah, I did a little like her.
Yeah, we had Jade on, I don't know, 2 years ago. She was on an episode with Taran Butler. She was with Megan. She was sitting, they were all three of them were on there. So we'll put a link down in the description. If you're watching after the live show, if you want to go back and check that one out, we'll have it in the description after the live goes down. Show sponsors, the folks over at Tactical Shit, shop.tacticalshit.com for all your tactical shit needs. They got a bunch of stuff, man. It's like your one-stop shop. Plate carriers, casual clothing, gun parts. It's all there. Tactical Shit. We have a discount code coming from them later on in the show. Folks over at Gear Nation USA, check out their apparel line. Local guy to me here in South Florida. We're the Shooter's Mindset shop is an exclusive dealer for Gear Nation apparel. All right, so check them out. What do we have? Any questions that you want to get in through in the live show here? If you're watching on the YouTube side of things, on the top right-hand corner, you can join the conversation. Plug them in there. I'll grab those. If you prefer to use Facebook, the Shooter's Mindset Facebook page.
You'd rather use the Facebook because you get to talk to me.
Yeah, Jen's over there monitoring that. Plug your questions in the comment to that post. Should be pinned to the top or somewhere close by. And we'll grab those and get them out to Jade later throughout the show. All right, and the shootersmindset.com for all your blog articles. If you want to shop, we have a lot of TTI products over there. We're a distributor for TTI and very other things over there. So check it out. Also got the training tab up and going if you want to train with me locally. Been doing that a lot. That's up and ready to rock, okay? That'll do it for announcements here. Let's jump right into this one. Jade, for those who are unfamiliar with you, tell us a little bit more about yourself, how you got involved in shooting, competition, industry.
Thank you. So my name is Jade Struck. I came from Southern California. I was born and raised in Simi Valley, which is where Taran Tactical is. I started with TTI back in 2016. I started doing base pads, believe it or not. And so the funny thing is that, I had like pink hair. I was 17 when I started working for them and was assembling base pads, but I kept dropping them. So he was like, look, you can't do base pads anymore. Like, you're ruining more than you're putting out. So he ended up asking me if I wanted to work on the range, and I said I would love to because it was so awesome. So my first day was Michael Rooker was there, Corinne Mosier, Jessica Hook, and Colion Noir. And I forget the other gentleman that was there, but they were having like a mini competition in-house. And the first thing I saw was like this competition. I saw Corinne Mosier clearing a jam in her rifle, like banging it on the floor. And I was like, this is crazy. What am I doing? And then that day he was like, do you want to learn how to hold the gun? And so I did a grip and stance with Jessica Hook. That's actually on YouTube. So my first ever lesson is on YouTube, which is crazy to see. And then after that, I started shooting. And my first match was in 2016. I went to A Girl in the Gun. And Taran took me. He didn't even shoot. And it was really cool intro to three-gun because it was all ladies, no pressure, just getting a feel for it. I fell in love with it instantly. And then since then, I've been shooting for about 1.5 years. I have 4 major titles underneath my belt. I won a High Lady for PCC at Area 2 and Area 4. I won High Lady for Stealth Division at Superstition Mystery Mountain. And Shoot for the Gold, I won overall High Lady, which was really fun. It was a charity match. So been doing that for a while. And then as far as like working for Taran Tactical, I'm an instructor on his range. I'm also like his right hand, so I help him with whatever he needs. Also with the Hollywood training and things like that, and helping him with that, and been an ambassador and a competitor for the team since then, and I've been enjoying every second of it. Very grateful to be around.
So you started off with base pads. Now you're pretty much training everybody and all the celebs on the range, which is awesome. But what did it? As far as base pads, what did you do to the base pads? Was you just like weren't machining them, right? You were just, what is it, coding
Just
or what were you doing for?
putting in the pin and a buffer and the screw. So it was just like assembling the pin. And I couldn't hold them for like the life of me. They would always fall, and I would scuff them into the Blumhouse. They go, and I'm like, and I can't sit still for very long. So he was like, you got to just, and I just wanted to be outside. So I was thankful to be able to move on and go into the range and be a part of all of the amazing things that he's doing.
Yeah, so it happened to work out.
Yeah,
you got
thank
kind
God.
of a position that I would prefer over just assembling those all day.
Yeah. Thank you.
There we go. How helpful has Taran Butler been to your growth as a shooter? And obviously, you know, Taran's a legend in the game. But he doesn't do, you know, there's some stuff with him working with Jessica Hook. It doesn't seem like he's trained a lot of people, at least recently, like, you know what I mean? So you get to work with him all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, how good of a teacher is he? We know how good of a shooter he is.
I mean, he's so instinctual, and he really teaches how to be an instinctual shooter, and he bases it off of feeling. And the difference between his and I's teaching is that he's been teaching for so much longer, and he's been shooting for so much longer. He builds on that instinctual, where I'm like, I want to break it down, and I want to be more detailed about like what you're supposed to be feeling. But I mean, he can make, look at Keanu, you know, and just people within, if we only get an actor for a certain amount of days, but they start at ground zero, we can get them to such an amazing level within a few sessions. So, I mean, his training is absolutely amazing and to the point and straightforward and effective, you know, and he sees what you're doing wrong, pinpoints it, changes it, and makes you an amazing shooter. And so his assistance with my shooting has been everything. I mean, without him, I would be nothing. So I've been really grateful to have him as my teacher, just because like I don't think that I could have progressed in the sport by any means without his instruction, the way that he does it. You know, I think that goes without saying because he's so good at what he does. But I mean, I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for him. So I'm very grateful.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, it's funny because I mean, when we had Taran on, he's kind of the minority, right? Because a lot of guys, you interview some world-class shooters and they'll tell you, well, this is the way I did it. This is what I followed. This is how many times I was dry firing. This is how many I live fire. And he's just kind of like, I was just kind of self-taught, picked up a Glock one day, thought it would be awesome, and then I shredded it. And I was like, oh, man, I could be really good at this. And then he just kept shredding. It was just kind of like a natural talent, more or less, right?
Yeah. It's like built into his system. And he like that too.
He like hip shoots plate racks faster than most of us use our sights.
Yeah, his first shot's off in like under half a second. You're like, what is this? And it's incredible. It's insane to watch it too. And his drive, he's just hungry for it, you know, like he's just gonna go until he gets to where he needs to go. I mean, he's insane. He's a machine.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. It takes people can be a really good shooter, right? But it takes teaching, and teaching is another thing, right? You might not be able to teach that to somebody else at least well. So it's good to hear that on his side. I need to get up to California. I've been slacking. I'll be like, dude, we gotta hit up the range one time at least.
Yeah, man, you gotta come out here. Get out here soon.
Right?
Before it gets kind of rainy.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. So we gotta definitely get out there. Maybe we can do the whole Jen, Nikki. Maybe we can bring them all out there. We'll see.
Yeah, do a whole like thing.
There we go. Stephanie says hello. Also, Jason H says hello to shooters. Thank you guys for watching. What else do we have here? Jen, what's new going on with you? Anything? It's funny that obviously Jade has one, but all three of us here have a combat master. This one happens to be a Glock 35. I know, Jade, you probably have a few of them. Jen, you have a 17L, right?
Yep, mine's a 17L.
Yes, girl.
So the thing that I always thought, I haven't shot a 17L too much. I have shot it some, but the thing that I've heard from other people and that I felt when I shot the 17L, it seems like since it's a longer gun, not that it's much longer than a 34 or 35, it seems like that front sight stays in the air a little bit more longer.
Right.
Than some of the shorter guns. But who knows? I guess just grip the damn gun, right?
Well, the weight too. There's more weight in that slide, so it's a little bit flatter shooting, I think.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Did he just come? Did he just come in at the perfect time?
Yep, he did. Hi. You want to say hi? Just yell.
Hi, how are you? Good to see you.
Hey,
She's like,
Taran.
yeah, they
There
say
you go.
hi. Yeah, I got my 17 out here. She's so
There you
beautiful.
go.
I just like the longer slide because I feel like, not that it's easier to control, but I feel like there's more to control. So then that way, and I think the recoil is less, and like you said, the front sight stays there a little bit longer. But I mean, like, I'll run on a 34, but the 17L is my go-to every time.
Oh.
Love this thing.
There we go. By the way, speaking of the 17L, I think yesterday there was a post from Taran Tactical Innovations where they have one already for sale, like ready to rock.
Yeah,
Like just
ready to
purchase
go.
it and they send it to your gun shop. Like no need to purchase one, send it, get the work done, wait. It's already ready to go. So
Mhm.
if anybody does want a 17L, just go to TaranTacticalInnovations.com, purchase it. Right there, it is.
Yeah, while supplies last, because we got a lot of them, but who knows when we'll get more. Hi.
Right.
It's okay. Don't worry.
17L is kind of always hard to come by. They're not, you usually don't typically walk to your gun shop and just see a bunch of 17Ls. There's usually one and gone. And Glock puts them out and then they take them away. So if you want one, there's a good chance.
Thank you.
As far as wait times for someone right now who says, "Hey, I'm going to send my 19 or my 34 for some combat master treatment," what is the wait times turning around? Because I knew what they were when I sent it. I know they came down from then. What are they looking at? Do you have any idea?
Can I ask Taran?
What?
Sure.
What are the wait times on the Glock 34 or Glock 19 to get them done?
Around a month or so in that ballpark.
About a month, he
There's
says.
some guns in stock, and sometimes it could be 4 to 8 weeks. It just depends.
Okay,
Yeah.
4 to 8 weeks. Just depends on what you want to do.
17 L's are ready to go.
17 L's are ready to go, he said. Like you said, thank you. But yeah, it just
Dang.
depends on what modifications you want to do. But as soon as you get the package, you send your gun, it immediately goes into the queue. And as soon as we get it, it's already starting to get worked on. But we've been able to speed up production lately, which has been really nice too, because I know how hard it can be waiting for something custom,
Yeah. I gotta admit, I think I waited somewhere 11 months for mine. So that's a drastic difference.
Yeah.
That's a drastic difference. No worries. I mean, no worries on that. I think I might have waited at a bad time. I was like, oh, John Wick's coming out. Let me do a gun. That's like when everybody wants to do it when a John Wick film comes out. So don't wait until like John Wick 3 to contact them. You're gonna wait a little bit.
Right. Well, wait till John Wick 3 because it's gonna be epic. I mean,
there we go.
Yeah. Exciting.
I can imagine. So looking forward to that film. 1 and 2 were awesome films.
Thank you.
So I know you have a large social media following across the board: Facebook, Instagram. You can find her at Jade Struck. Just type that in; it'll pop right up if you want to follow her. If you don't already do so, large following. What are some tips on avoiding the creepers and staying positive when you see the negative comments?
I love that question. Well, as far as creepers go, I feel like my following has grown with me as I progressed through this. So I think I started at like 10,000, and from there we've gotten up to like 64. But I've been there as they start rolling in. So my following's been really organic, and I've gotten to know on a regular basis who's joining me. And I scope out the pages and check the messages and stuff. As far as the creepers go, I don't really have that many. Of course, I've had like my share of interesting things that come about where you're just like, oh, but mainly it's all love, and the only reason why people are coming forth with these feelings is because, they appreciate me and what I do, which I appreciate them. So, I mean, I've had some interesting things come up, but if it's too offensive, I just hit the block button, which I hate to do, but I'll do it and move on. But as far as like staying positive with like the negative things that can come about, I just I take everything with a grain of salt, or try to. And if there's certain things I need to touch on to make me feel better about, I feel like I need to say something because it isn't how it seems, especially with, the way I choose to train in a sports bra. That's like a hot topic. But ultimately, it's like what I feel comfortable in. I don't like loose clothing when I have a gun on my hip just because I want to avoid any weirdness that way. And also, it's 105 degrees out. So I'm like running for the beach right after it. But I mean, just pretty much like staying true to myself. If I need to, I can say something. But ultimately, just all my followers, they've always been really positive and really gracious and understanding with me and who I am. And I haven't really had to defend myself against them. And actually, a lot of them defend me if they see something kind of wanky where I'm like, whatever. They're like, no, And I appreciate them, but I think it comes with it, and it's all good, only positive vibes.
There you go. Jen, you had your fair share of the creepers, no?
It's hit and miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, they show up, and then I won't have one for a while, and then somebody weird stuff in private messaging. I'm like,
yeah, it can get funny.
Like, where did you ever think that was a good idea?
Right.
I don't like. No,
I know.
You've got to have friends somewhere that say, "No, man, don't hit send on that."
I know, huh? I got the funniest email the other day from a guy. If I can share this, but his screen name was like, "I steal girls' panties," and I thought it was so funny because he asked me, he's like, "Can I buy a pair?" And I was like, I'm really flattered. I think this is really sweet and kind of funny. I'm good and I appreciate you, but I think it all comes from a place of appreciation.
That's some creeper ass shit.
That's funny. It's not even close to the shit that I've seen though, but it's okay.
It's crazy.
Huh? He's a pervert. Darren goes, he's a pervert.
Yeah.
It's okay. He's the one that goes, if I go, oh, he's looking at me weird, he goes, well, they have needs too. So it's like, it's true. Everybody has a need.
Oh, man.
So it's okay.
There we go. There we go. Jen, what's going on with you? Anything new match-wise or?
Well, part of the reason I was eating the rest of my dinner whenever we started is I was trying to pack. I am leaving Thursday night or Friday morning to go to the Masterpiece Arms match, the PRS long range match. So it's at Arena Training Facility. Is that what it's called? In Blakely, Georgia. So it's an awesome facility. So that'll be fun. Get to go shoot for 2 or 3 days there. Awesome. It's usually about 20 stages. Last time we had targets out to 1,200 yards. So
wow,
fun. On the practice day, they have a 2,300 yard target out there, but I don't know.
That's crazy. That's awesome though. So respectable. Good for you. I hope you have fun.
Oh, I love it. So much fun. So yeah, I can't wait. Trying to get ready for that.
Good.
Also, there was a couple of social media posts going around with you not shooting with a suppressor on your long gun. So we decided to contact our friends over at GSL Suppressors and get Jen a suppressor for that 6.5 Creedmoor rifle.
Yeah.
So
Ryan Hay will be glad to know that I will no longer be a menace to society because that's what he calls me for shooting, not suppressed. So
I can imagine that. Shooters to the left and right side of you taking out.
Well, yeah, because a lot of the stages, if the stage is prone, to make it go fast, they'll take the squad and split us in half and be like, all right, half of you lay down. So everybody lays in a row prone and they go down the line and they say, what's your name? Are you ready? Stand by, go, and you shoot. And everybody else is just like laying there next to you. And so as soon as that person's done, they unload and show clear and they just move to the next person. Like they don't get up. And so they go down the line. So you're sitting there next to someone. And so, yeah, there's a picture of me shooting and the two people next to me are both like, ah! It was loud and the concussion from my break was getting them.
So there we go. We have GSL Technologies, suppressor company out of Michigan. They are kind of custom making a suppressor for Gen's 6.5 because if you go to the website right now, they currently don't offer a 6.5. They have the GT mag, which is a 300 Win mag can. They're going to size that down to a 6.5 round, and that's what she's going to be running here after the whole process and all that bullshit that you have to go through. But eventually it'll be there. So there we go. On some suppressor talk.
Excited.
Jason H says a better balance as you're dumping loads. So I guess he's talking about the 17L conversation that we had earlier. 10X Sean says, hell yeah, this is going to be a great show. And he also comments, oh my God, I'm sending my 17 in. Let's go.
Heck yeah.
Sending in a 17. Remember to use TSM 10. We're going to get into discount corner here too. If you guys are interested in any of the TTI products, maybe a mag, whatever, base pads, you can use TSM 10 for 10% off your entire or your order there. I'm not sure it worked for gunsmithing, but say you saw Jade on episode 229, TSM 10, get 10% off that 17.
Yes.
Combat Master.
I will tell my friends.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. What else? We have Watch one for around. There we go. We got just reading through some of these. Jade, will you marry me from Slick Nixon?
Ah,
So,
you're so sweet.
Slick Nixon, throwing
I'm
that
flattered.
out there. There we go.
I always have these
I'm
like,
sure she
will you
gets
marry me? I'm like, I can't choose. So I choose that I won't marry anybody and I'll just be everybody's like wife in theory.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Good comment there, Nixon. Gun bunnies. We got to get into this chat because I've had some kind of back and forth, call it a debate, and you were kind of at that topic. So, gun bunnies, do they have a place in the industry? Why do you think they are hated on but loved so much at the same time? Now, let me throw my definition of gun bunny, Jen. I don't know if yours varies or what's your thoughts on this topic. But mine is like a gun bunny to me is some girl you hire that's good looking and she's just kind of passing out flyers in front of your booth at SHOT Show because you want her to attract people to your booth based on her looks or whatever. She's handing out flyers. She really don't know too much about the product. She's just there to do that. Also, maybe you're filming like a short commercial for this rifle company. I don't know, whatever. And you have some chick that has no idea proper gun handling skills and she's wearing like a bikini and has no idea what's going on, and it's just it's a mess, right?
Right.
That's kind of my deal. That's to me the definition of gun bunny for me. But some people disagree with that. Jen, what's your kind of take on?
I'm like, I'll do Jen.
I mean, I agree with you. I think to me, the term gun bunny is someone that doesn't shoot and is just out there trying to get free stuff, but they don't even really shoot. People that go into it and are immediately like, and I know women get sponsors easier and faster than men do because there's less of us. But to me, when they go into it and they haven't even shot a match yet, and they're just like, oh, I want this and I want that, and they're just out there kind of using their body just to get free stuff, I guess is a little frustrating to those of us that actually work at what we're doing. Right. So I feel like that the ones that don't put in the work and don't actually shoot and don't actually train, but are the pretty ones, because I feel like there are a lot of very pretty women that are not gun bunnies.
Right.
They actually shoot and they're out there doing stuff and they're not a gun bunny to me.
Right. And they may not be like the best shooter you've ever seen, but they like shooting. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. And I feel like we as people like to label each other because it helps us compartmentalize like where we all stand. And I feel like gun bunnies can, like the term itself has a negative connotation on it because it's easy to stick pretty girls who just want things in a corner. And I think that, there's a time and place for that too. But I also feel like there is a place in the industry for pretty women who enjoy shooting, that find it interesting and that want to be a part of it. I feel like they should be, and I don't think that there's anything wrong to be paid to, model or to help market a product because as we all know, we may hate the reality of it, but and I hate to say it, but sex sells, And I mean, if you see a hot girl with a cool gun, you're like, okay, that's eye catching. Or, you see some guy with a gun and that's cool too. But also it's a marketing strategy as well. But I do think that there's a place for them in the industry, just like there's a place for models anywhere, like the monster girls, they're not, they may like trucks, they may like bikes, but they're not self-proclaimed professional truck drivers or bikers, but they are doing a job, and I think that it's sad that we like to hate on people trying to make their money how they got to make it. But at the same time, I definitely do think that there's a place for them in the industry. And I would like to see if there's somebody who does like or take an interest in shooting to go and try it, shoot a match, see if you like it. You may not be good, but everybody has to start somewhere, and it doesn't really matter what you look like. We as people in the industry should want to expand it because I feel like we can use as much support as we can get, especially in a time like today, where we should be uniting, not throwing negative names out at people. I don't think the term gun bunnies is necessarily a negative thing, but it is what it is, and
right.
Yeah, we should just keep trying to expand.
Right. So, I mean, I know you probably had some fair of that gun bunny talk thrown your way. Obviously, I've kind of seen you come up, just pop out of nowhere, and you were just on Taran scene and shooting. And I've seen kind of anybody who watches your videos, whether it's just on Taran's range or at a match, or if they shot a match with you, can see how your shooting skill has progressed. And you said you've had a few matches already, or a few big time major matches where you won the High Lady Award at some 3-gun matches, etc. But what do you say to someone who says, yeah, but look at this photo of her right here with, I don't know,
in a sports
these
bra.
clothes on. All right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the way that I see it is like, it can be interpreted both ways. And I don't necessarily hate anybody for thinking that what they want to think about me, you know. But at the end of the day, like we talked about before we went live, is the way that I dress is not only just, you know, what makes me feel comfortable in the hot heat training all day long. Because I mean, we can't film a lot of the things that we do because we're working in NDA hell, if you will. But we spend 8 to 10 hours on the range in 105-degree heat. And like, if I catch some flag for wearing a sports bra, for me, it's worth it because it's what I'm comfortable in. However, you know, it comes with the territory, and that's okay. But it's, for me, the way that I dress and the way I present myself is a way that I am comfortable, and it's a form of expression for me. And even though I know people are watching, and I know that I have followers, and I do have a reputation to maintain and to represent in a positive way. Also, when I'm training, I'm in a different place. I'm in the mindset of, I'm in my shooter's mindset of, I'm going to shred right now. It doesn't matter what I'm wearing, you know? So, I mean, it's okay, you know? And like, I don't hate people for thinking away, because everybody's going to think something. And if I'm sitting here in front of a sports bar, you're probably like, oh gosh. But we all come from a different place, and I'm from California, and like, this is what suits me. And I'm okay with that, you know?
Kind of like the yoga pants. You know, some people give me some grief about wearing the yoga pants. I'm not 20 years old, but you know, I'm also not dead. But it's because they're comfortable. That is legit why I wear them. I cannot get down into the positions fast that I want to get down into in pants that I kind of have to hike up to be able to squat down in. And I have yet to find, there's a lot of great companies out there and they're doing great things, but I have yet to find a pair of good pants,
shooting leggings,
that are not the tight yoga pants that I can move in. I just can't move in on mine. So I wear the 511 yoga pants.
Yeah, and ultimately, like, you're training. And it's like, for me, the range is the same to me as the gym as it is like where, if I go to my fight studio, wherever I'm at, is like, I'm in the mindset of, I'm going to put on whatever's going to make me perform the best of my ability, you know? And like, it's either yoga pants or it's shorts, or I could wear, you know, my LA Police Gear tactical pants or 511. But like, it's hot out. My ass is sticking to my pants are sticking to my ass. I can't get down. We went to a local match like last weekend with this port that was like 7 inches off the ground. You got to like get under there. And thank God I was wearing shorts, but they're not technically shorts. They're the 511 range pants that I chopped off because I could not handle the heat. And thankfully I got down, but you know, like, I wouldn't have been able to do that in like jeans or my LA Police Gear. I mean, I could do it, but it wouldn't be very comfortable. So, I mean, I think it's whatever works best for you to make you perform to the best of your ability, the most comfortable, you know?
There you go.
Thanks.
There we have it. What do we have here? We're going to get into some live ones here because they're piling up, and then we'll hit some discount corner here. Let me scroll up a little bit. Walter says, love you, Jade. You're awesome.
I love you, Walter. That's my Muay Thai teacher. I was just saying my fight studio. Oh my gosh. Hi, Walter. I love you. He's so cool. He shoots our local matches with us as well.
Awesome. He says, 10X Sean says, I think women are empowering the gun industry, and the gun industry is empowering women. It's awesome all around. A couple here from Al. He says, saw you on Instagram. You would not say your age. So how old are you? So I don't know if you care to, you said you were like 17 when you kind of started.
I was 17 when I started. Yeah.
So if you add the years up, you can figure it out.
Yeah. I just think, I don't know. I think it's rude to ask people their age, even though I know I'm young and I don't have anything to worry about yet. I mean, it's kind of like, I grew up in a house where you don't ask like people's age. You don't ask anything about their money. You just, you know, you talk to people. And like, I don't know. There's certain things where I'm like, you know, but
there you go.
I've been shooting for like, I've been with Taran Tactical for 2 years. I started when I was 17 and a half. So
there you go.
I'm 20. I don't know how all of that works out. I don't know. Am I coming on my 3rd year anniversary or my 2nd?
3rd.
Third?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't believe that. 3rd-year anniversary. With Taran Tactical on the 22nd of this month. Very cool.
Oh.
Cheers to
What do
that.
you have? Utah Ridge says, what happened to USPSA multi-gun nationals? Notice you and Taran didn't finish the competition. So is that something you wanted to hit on, or?
Can I talk about USPSA multi-gun nationals and why we left early? Might have.
Um,
I'm gonna do it. Here's why I'm gonna do it. Because I learned a lesson, and I believe in learning lessons. And I also believe in intuition. So here's the story. So 3 weeks before the match, and I've been shooting competition this is my second season, my second full season, but we're about halfway through. So I know the rules, but also I haven't been to many big matches like the multi-gun nationals and stuff like that. So 2 months before we went, I was training really hard, and we were booking all of the stuff to go. And I had this weird feeling like something weird was going to happen, and that, I noted it, but I kept going because I'm committed to shooting this match. So we got all of our stuff together. We trained for 2 months. It was really cool. We got there. And then that morning I had this same weird feeling, and I was like, I pray every morning before I go on the range, because for me it just settles my nerves a bit and helps me connect to what I'm used to. And so I was praying, and I said, Lord, please, whatever happens today, let it happen safely, because I know I'm having this feeling and I'm going to listen to it, but just, whatever happens, just let us all go home at the end of the day, because to me, that's all that matters, is safety, and that we all, can be okay. And so when we got there, I was getting ready, and I was loading up my caddy, and I've never seen this at a match before, but the safe table with no ammo was right against the loading table. And I didn't even realize that they were going to be so close to each other. And I know that there's no ammo on a safe table, but I was loading up my caddy, and I didn't have my guns out, and I put down the box of shotgun shells on the safe table as I was loading up my caddy. And before I knew it, the match director said, "Hey, Jade, I saw that you can't compete." And I didn't realize what had happened. To me, it was a complete shock, because it was like, what do you mean? Like, what happened? But he pointed that, I had put a box of ammo on the safe table, and that was absolutely against the rules. And I said, "You're right, sir. Like, this is my first time ever going to a 3-gun and any kind of national. I didn't realize I made a dumb mistake, and so I was immediately disqualified before I let a shot off." So to me, after I got through the shock, I was like, okay, this is a sign, and I accept it. And thankfully, nobody got hurt, and I'm okay. And I was able to accept that. And then we ended up getting a phone call for work that we had to be back the next day, because I said that we were on contract with a few projects right now. And so we just decided, okay, let's take off, because I could have gone home and just trained, taking care of business, but we also want to work and keep consistent with our training. So we just decided, we'll take off and we'll come back next time. So we're actually going to Surefire Multi-Gun National, the Surefire Multi-Gun Nationals in Vegas. So I will be there for my second time, but it was actually my first time ever getting DQ'd. I learned a beautiful lesson, and I'm thankful that everybody was okay. So that's why we didn't get to finish the match.
Oh.
So thank you for letting me be honest. I know, sorry. Some things you want to like.
Dude, you know how many DQ stories we've shared on this show? Myself,
I know.
I probably have better ones than that.
I know, huh?
But
I don't know. Just it was you. You won't go over it.
Yeah, I already tell that story too many times on the show, so we won't talk about them. But
okay,
I'll
go watch that later.
I've been DQ'd in almost every way to be DQ'd. So
I knocked my gun in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Then went forward of it. They were like, "Yeah, you're done." Oh,
yeah.
Thanks.
There you go.
I'm sorry.
Jen, you had a question live on the Facebook end?
Oh, no, it's just a question that I have. So moving over to PRS, I have these Magpul, the short action, the AICS 10-round short action mags, and they only hold 10, and I think that they should hold like 14. So I think y'all need to make base pads, but maybe not you, Jade. No offense, but maybe someone else make the base pads so they don't drop them.
Yeah, I'll make a note for it. And Taran, I'll give it to him, and we'll start working on it.
Yeah,
we love suggestions.
Because that would be like breaching into the PRS game too. So
yeah, that would be awesome. I'm making a note.
Yeah, they do have the 308 ones, but you don't shoot 308, so
Right.
that don't make any sense. But yeah, I do have some TTI 308 pads for my 308 long range gun. So, and I put it. They have on them shorty Magpul mags. When you put that base pad on there, it just looks tough. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
extra tough.
we do like the 20 rounders with like a +10 for the MPX, and that looks bitchin'. Because it's like, it's not like this long banana. It's like, no, it's all clean, it's all cut. You see it all in one shot. Looks really nice. Looks mean.
There you go.
That's cool.
Boom. A couple more live ones here. We're gonna cycle through. Slick Nixon said, "Jade, do you hunt?" So quickly, do you do any hunting?
I do. And that's how I got started shooting originally. Is that I grew up. My dad was a police officer, and he had been hunting for over 40 years. So when I became like old enough to actually go out, I was 8 years old when I went out on my first hunt. And I went every year since until I started working a lot, and that's when I was like. And then I was kind of like, Dad, don't go by yourself, you know, because we're all getting older and stuff. But yeah, I grew up hunting. And so I grew up hunting elk.
There you go. Boom.
Thank you.
What do we have? There's a lot of good ones in here. It's some funny ones too. What do you think of guys who shoot in a kilt?
I love
a tactic kilt.
I think
You
it's
like
raging.
the guys running?
Yeah, I
In a
think
kilt. There
whatever
you go.
makes me feel comfortable is raging. And I like to see a little leg. So, I mean, by all means, put on the tactic kilt and let's shred, you know?
There you go. Havoc Legion shooting team says my daughters love that they can relate and get inspiration from other females in the game. So Havoc Legion shooting team checking in there. Utah Ridge says don't feel bad. A seasoned competitor in his squad did the exact same thing and DQ'd on the last day of the nationals. So,
No, I'm sorry to him.
Trust me, it's a lot worse to DQ at least to me at the very last stage of the match or something. I don't know.
Versus the beginning.
How you slice it. It depends how you slice it. Because then you could spend at least you shot majority of the match and you can kind of justify your money. I don't know. Hey, I shot 99% of the match. Hey, at least I got some worth.
And you have experience of shooting a national major match, you know, which is priceless.
There we go. Discount corner here coming up. Jen, you usually start us off. Some great companies who support the shooter's mindset. We got some discount codes for you. What do we have?
You can get 10% off on shotgun shell caddies from Carbon Arms at carbonarms.us with the code TSM10. So go check them out and get awesome shell caddies. And I love their ratchet belts. For us women shooters, it's huge because I can tighten the belt down when I shoot and I can loosen it whenever I'm not shooting, when I'm in between stages. So go check them out at carbonarms.us. You can also get 10% off on an under jersey. Awesome jerseys. So check them out. You can get 10% off if you mention the shooter's mindset. And you can get 10% off in the store, the Shooter's Mindset store with the best code ever, which is Gen TSM10. Don't ever listen to those Clevengers. Gen TSM10 is the best code. And you get 10% off of TTI base pads. Maybe we could even get one that Jade's dropped. And you could say it was dropped by Jade and it's special.
People will probably buy that.
I was about to say, you should sell those blims and be like, these are marred by Jade. You'd probably.
I should. We will. We're actually going to open up a tab on our website where it's he calls it the Blum House. Because we have this like a little, okay. Anyways, we're gonna be offering those soon.
There you go.
Under the Blumhouse thing.
The Blumhouse. All right. What do we have here? You finish up on yours, Jen? You did.
I did.
Yeah. All right. On my end, shop.tacticalshit.com. TSM10 saves you 10% off the entire website. That's shop.tacticalshit. Also, if you live in the St. Peters, Missouri area and you stop by their retail shop, you can yell TSM at the cashier, and you will get 10% there, too. TaranTacticalInnovations.com. We mentioned it earlier. TSM10 for all your base pad, magwells, Taran Tactical Innovations sites, Combat Master, gunsmithing work, Benelli stuff. Mention TSM10. Send them an email. Say you see Jade Struck on the show.
Yeah. And they may throw in some extra stuff. Thank you.
There you go. Tactical TSM10 saves you 10% off the entire website at umtactical.com. And lastly here, Rand CLP Mindset 16 for 15% off Rand CLP products. Okay, That'll do it. Jade, do you have any on your end from sponsors or affiliates that you know of?
To shout out or discount code?
The discount code wise.
I do not.
There you go. All right.
But if I do, I'll let you guys know. Thank you.
A good way to get a hold of you. Do you want to share your email or anything like that?
What was that?
A good way to get a hold of you. Share your email, or do you care to give that out, or just Instagram, Facebook deal?
Yeah, email. Well, if you guys go into my Instagram, there's a little tab that says email. So you guys can go ahead and shoot me an email if you want, jade@tarantactical.com. Or, shoot me a DM. Instagram's doing this new thing where they're filtering through all of the, like, if it's a business thing, I'll get it. And I'm also working on going through my messages and stuff too. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, email, all good ways to reach me. And Snapchat.
Snapchat world. I haven't gotten involved in that Snapchatty thing. Don't know about it. I don't know. I can't learn it.
Really? It's so easy.
I mean, this was years ago when I tried. It's almost like, dude, the new Snapchat is going to take over. It's going to be the best social media ever. I'm like, I downloaded it, and I'm like, what?
It's not.
What is going on?
But
maybe I didn't
like
give it a shot.
Yeah. It's more of like a more personal experience. Like I always tell my people that follow me on Snapchat that's like me in my house, me at my downtime, me giving like my pep talks, but that's just like me. It's not like this, like, this is a post I've like really,
right.
It's not so much filtered through as it is just like, here's raw footage of me just talking shit, but I think it's fun. It's personal.
There you go. Let's see. I assume training celebrities has to be the funnest part of your job. What are some of your favorite celebrity teaching moments? And if you could choose, like, what actor/actress you would like to train next, this can be anybody, whether they contacted you or not, who would it be?
Okay. So actually, I didn't think I was gonna have anything for the second part of it, but I did come up with a name. But for the first part, my favorite training moment, I don't feel like there's one in particular where I'm like, I mean, of course, like, there's times where I really cherish the memories I've had with certain different people that we've worked with. But for me, it's just like the overall experience of getting to know people in the industry on a more personal level. It's like they're coming to our house. They're coming to us to learn from us so that we can help enrich their craft. And so it's more so like, they're coming into a place where they're not really sure. And it's our time to really get to know them and to kind of take them by the hand and lead them on this personal experience of them, because every shooter is different and everybody has their own unique experience to how they learn and how they go through this journey. And it's really special for me to be a part of that journey and to help them, because they'll get to work with Taran, they'll get to work with me, but they'll get to work with different aspects of what we do, and we get to have that time with them. And it's a beautiful opportunity. I'm very grateful to be able to work with people in the industry. As far as an actor and an actress to train next, I'm actually working with an actress that I've always wanted to, because I study acting and I aspire to be an actress, and I'm working on that craft as well. But so when that comes out, I'll be able to say who she is. But I'm working with a very much so, in my book, respected actress, and that's awesome. But if I had to choose somebody that we haven't worked with yet, it would probably be Josh Brolin. Is that how you say his last name? Brolin? How do you say his last name?
Who
I'm not
you know
sure.
who that is?
Josh Brolin. He was like Thanos and Sicario.
Okay. All right. Now I know. You had to throw it out.
Josh. Yeah. He's friends with John. Is coming back on a great time. And he's like one where you just, I want to know with you. You see work with him, that'd be raging.
There you go. So interesting. You had to put a movie role. I'm sorry. Sometimes I don't follow some of the newer guys, but there you go. For those who wanted to know action, watching some of the Hollywood action movies. There's tons of them out there in past years, and they're still coming out. Where there's a lot of improper gun handling skills. The Walking Dead comes to mind, which is a very popular series where you see a lot of it. Does it drive you crazy to watch films and shows like this? And which movie really comes to mind?
It's funny because when I was briefing these questions, I had talked to Taran about it because he was like, well, what do you want to, what are you going to say? And I want to know. And so we were talking about it. And I was saying that when I watch a film, I don't necessarily, it doesn't peeve me out to like see bad gun handling because I once was a bad gun handler myself and can relate to not having instruction. You have to remember, a lot of these people, they're not getting trained by anybody. This is them going off of like what they know. So it doesn't peeve me out. I don't mind because I'm also watching, the actors themselves and the storyline and like all these different facets to it. But I mean, of course, you're like, you see that hammer up and they're firing unlimited bullets and you're like, okay, movie magic. But John Wick is resetting the bar for that, which I can appreciate, with all the reloads and all of the technicalities. And we were actually in the writing room with the writers when they're like doing the script for JW3. And I was telling him, this is a great way for us to like build suspense. Is like, you never know when you're going to get a jam in the middle of a stage. You don't know what's going to happen, but you're going to work through it, and it could be this like detrimental moment where you need to like go and you need to shred this guy, but you got a gun jam, you got to work through it. But so that was cool. But for what comes to mind when Taran mentioned it was The Walking Dead. He's like, you could talk about that. I was like, no, I don't want to like beat anyone up because, everybody starts somewhere. But for sure, like the Carl, here, I'll do it. Carl.
Yeah.
Skips off the ground and hits him in the forehead. I know it's over. It's done. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't have any myself that I was like, this is awful, but I definitely have seen ones where I'm like, this is raging, like John Wick, The Punisher. We're working with actually Garrett Dillahunt on Fear the Walking Dead, and he's amazing. Like he is such a natural. And we actually just worked with Jenna Elfman, and she's a natural too. So, I mean, we're trying to help out Walking Dead as much as we can. But, Carl, this whole thing's got to go. But I don't know. I don't know any that peeve me out really that bad. Maybe, like, Taran mentions the heat all the time. Oh, no, it's not the heat. It's heat.
No, there was a...
No,
there's a lot of movies.
Yeah, he says there's a lot of movies. Too many to count. I don't know. What about you?
I don't know, John. Like, what do you... I know The Walking Dead definitely comes to mind. I don't know. There's so many. There was a couple. John Stamos. What? No, not that guy. I can't. Jason Statham. Is that his name?
Yeah.
I don't even know these actors. I don't watch TV a lot, but there's a lot of movies that I like from him that were still good Hollywood films. But there was some kind of weird gun handling in those. But it's Hollywood, so to me, it doesn't really peeve me out unless it's a combination of kind of just a shit movie and then there's poor handling. Gun handling, like it's got to be a combination. Just the poor gun handling skills really doesn't just throw me away on a movie.
Yeah,
I know it's Hollywood. I know. I'm just in to be entertained, and if crazy, if there's unlimited bullets and everybody's getting waxed, then that's entertaining to me kind of sometimes. So there you go.
To me, what's worse? I'm a nurse. I'm an ER nurse. So to see the medical shows, they're awful. There's like 5 million nurses in the country. They can't get one to go sit with the writers and help them out.
Right. Yeah. I feel that. Which is why it was cool. It was a cool opportunity to work and sit in the writing room with the writers of John Wick 3 because it's like they set the bar for it, but also like to have that authenticity super, like even down into the script, I think it adds this level of like legitimacy to it that can be appreciated, especially by people of our industry. But yeah, I totally understand what you're talking about.
There you go. What do we got here? We got Lawrence is in the house. Tell us about what is it? Roca Glasses? Am I saying that
Roca.
right?
Roca.
Glasses.
Here we are, baby. I brought them. These are the clears, though. But yeah, so these are Rocas. We worked with Oakley for quite a while until we started getting into contact with the guys from Roca. And pretty much they're very similar to Oakley, but I have a more of an affection towards them because it's more catered towards, the consumer. And I really can appreciate that about a company is when they really even Taran, like Taran's company. Taran's a shooter. Like he's a consumer and the products that he makes is catered towards the consumer. And the packaging is cool, especially with Roca. And so what I like about these glasses is, for one, I like the way that they sit on your face. They come with new, with different kinds of nose settings. So if you have like a wider face, if you have a narrow face, if you're a girl, I don't like my cheeks to be rubbed by my glasses. It gets my makeup on them and it drives me crazy and it ruins my makeup. But and they're fully customizable. The arms on them can bend to shape to your head. That way, because I don't know how girls feel, but like when I was wearing the Oakley Tombstones, it would like fall off my head in the middle of me shooting a shotgun, and I would turn around and be like, my glasses fell off. Like it must be powerful, you know. But like I don't know. So Roca Sports, we just started working with them, and we actually are collabing with them on some new products that are soon to be released. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be really awesome. And yeah, Roca Sports, check them out. ROKA Sports on all social media. But this is our new glasses.
And those priced under Oakley's prices, or kind of at Oakley prices, or what?
Are they under or at Oakley prices?
Just curious.
They're close to the same, I think.
They're about the same, but I like them because. Can I tell the story about Roca and how they started?
Go ahead.
Okay, great. So Oakley sold the company about several years ago. I can't even tell you. And 6 guys from Oakley went and started their own company called Roca. And so pretty much it's very similar to Oakley, but it's that one step further where it's tailored towards you as a consumer. You know what I mean? And like, I loved Oakley. I loved the brand and what they stand for and how they help the military and all these different things. But like, for me, it was hard because I felt like I was being put into a box that I didn't fit in, like with my face. You know what I mean? And like, I feel like Roca, they take it to that next step. They have all these different they have their lifestyle aspect to their company is so awesome. I wish I had a pair. They're in my bag.
This won't come off your head.
Right. Taran just bent this. He said, it's this. It won't come off your head. But it's just like the little things about Roca.
No ring in the peripheral vision.
Right. Mm-hmm. And they have different styles and stuff. Like, it's just like, they take it, for me, they took it the next step and they listen. And since we started working with them and collaborating with them, we were working with a representative, his name's Rob. And he's helped start the company and all these different things. But he's really helping gear the product towards the consumer even more so. And I just really like how well they do their products. I don't know. I believe in their company. So we started working with Roca, and we're gonna have some really cool stuff out with them pretty soon here. So,
there we go. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the yoga pants, because you shoot in them a lot, or that style kind of. I know Jen said she mentioned she wears the 511s. Are those the ones you were wearing, or are you just wearing a totally different one? And how does that fit for you? Because we know those shooting belts, you got your mags that are loaded up, you got your gun, it can get a little bit heavy.
Mm-hmm.
How are you running that in combination?
So I have a secret, and it's like a girl's secret. You know how us girls have secrets. So I always run, because I don't really necessarily. I run belt loops if I need to compete or if I need to be like on my mark. But if I don't, like, because we're training all the time, we're on the range so much that I'm just gonna wear my leggings, and I put on a belt size bigger than mine, so it sits lower on my hips. And I don't really experience it affect my shooting anymore. If anything, it makes my draw have to be a little bit more clean. So that way when I do have belt loops, I can just rip on it and just go, and it can be like clean. But it helps for me just to like, if you're training with something that isn't as easy, when you go and it's at its best availability, you'll be that much better, So, I mean, yoga pants. I mean, I wear the 511s. I actually work with a company called Alexo Athletica, and they make women's concealed carry pants, which is really cool. But I myself do not conceal carry, so I wear them to the gym, and I'll wear them around the range when I'm like carrying on the range. But yeah, so Alexo Athletica, 511, and then other than that, just like other, who have other brands. I'm actually working on and being an ambassador for an apparel company, so we'll see when that comes through how they work on the range too. You should wear leggings on the range sometime.
What, me?
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll help my following at all. I don't know if
it might. Guys, like, they wear leggings and then they put shorts over them, but it helps with like the circulation.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, I know the ones you're talking about.
Compression
shorts. Yeah. I don't know. I never heard them called leggings before. That's why I was like, I don't know.
Well,
but
I'm a girl.
Compression. I get the compression shorts. There we go. We got it. Jen, your thoughts on? Have you tried that other brand that she was Athletica brand as far as that goes?
I have not.
Alexo Athletica. It's actually Amy Robbins' line. She designed it, and it's. Do you like Lululemon leggings, Jennifer?
I don't have any. I've seen them, but I don't have any, so I've never tried them.
I understand. They're a bit pricey for. That's a whole nother debate. Anyways, Lulu is fine, but I like the way that they fit. And so she actually has a very similar design to Lululemon, to where they're really flattering to the body, but also super comfortable and very form fitting. And then they also have they have pockets on the sides. They have like 4 different places you can conceal carry. They have high waisted and low waisted. They're working on quarter. They're not like a capri, but they're like a quarter. Like they go up to here, like shorts. And it's just an awesome line, and it's actually a lifestyle line too for people of our industry, which I haven't seen before. Like I like 511. I love their belt loops. I talked to Amy. I was like, Amy, we got to get these belt loops on these pants and just like let me run and gun in like a Lulu style fit that feels comfortable. But we're working on it. But the 511s are okay. I just feel like they're okay. I like that they're durable for competition, you know?
Yeah, they're a little thicker than any other leggings I wear leggings all the time. But the other leggings are really kind of thinner. And so I'm always worried I'm going to tear them. And like going across a barrel in those 511, a nail caught my leg as I was going over, and it didn't go through those 511s. So I thought for sure I had ripped a hole in my britches and was showing my butt, but it did not go through. I was shocked.
That's awesome. You should tell them that.
Yeah.
All right. Some products from Taran Tactical Innovations. Obviously, we talked about a few of them. Some of the Combat Master designs that you can do to your Glocks, and there's various packages that you can do, various model Glocks. But some new products from Taran Tactical Innovations. One of them is their +10 base pads.
17.
So if you're running the PCC division, it's kind of like a magazine capacity race.
Right.
Taran Tactical didn't really offer any at first, but now they have the +10s, so you can get the 33 rounders and +10s on there, and you're ready to rock.
For
right?
MPX and for Glock. So if you're running like the regular like Glock Max, that's really cool too. Yeah. And then we also got the new carry magwell from Taran Tactical. So this is for like full size models, you know, like I don't carry, but if I was going to, I would probably choose like a 17. I honestly, if I was going to be honest, I would want to carry a 17 out, but I know that's not, that's not realistic. But this is the new magwell that we came out with. And so we have now both magwells for both size guns. So we have like compact, and we also have like your full size model magwells. So up to you if you guys
you have the full size and you have the carry magwell.
Yeah.
So that was just released. So before they had it for the 19, the carry magwell. Well, there's some dudes that don't the competition style magwell like this one, and they want to carry a 17 or a 34, and they want to put just a thinner magwell on it. So now it's offered for the full size Glock frames.
We hear you guys. And if there's anything that anybody wants or any suggestions, or to anybody watching this or you guys as well, if you need anything, just shoot us an email and we will work on it. You know, because we like to hear feedback. We want to always be up to date with what we and our people need, you know. So yeah, we heard that with the carry magwell. And then, we also have a magwell for the MPX now, which is really, really cool. It's lightweight, made out of aluminum, comes in black. But I just did a video with like the MPX, like my speed reload. It is astronomical for your game if you're shooting PCC with an MPX. And it holds like a double, you can do your double mags, lightweight, it's awesome. Super like funneled on the inside, nice and smooth. Anything to help get us going even faster. So there's also the MPX magwell as well. And then we also have 17Ls like we talked about, ready to go. So if you guys like, check them out.
17Ls ready to rock.
Yeah, baby. Do it.
There we go. They got some. One thing I wanted to bring up that I noticed, I actually went looking for the stock. You guys are offering some complete lower receivers for the TR-1 rifles, but you guys got a BCM stock that I think is made exclusively for TTI. Is that correct? Can you not purchase that stock separately?
You can't. You have to purchase the full build to get it.
There we go. So I was like, because I have no, it's not. It's not. It's a fairly. We had some different parts on it as it developed. I think I had the one. Man, I've had some TTI stuff for a while now. So it's like every year or so he puts out totally different. He throws something new on a gun. It's like, oh man, now I need to have that. Now I need to have that. Now I need to change this one up. So I think I have a fixed stock on the one. I think it might have been a Voltor stock or something like that. But I liked the BCM one because the BC one, they're adjustable, so you can adjust it in and out and all that stuff.
Right.
And then also you can some newer stuff. Also, I think he's offering some lightweight bulk carrier groups that are in like an ion bond, probably a really cool finish. So if you guys kind of want to build your TTI rifle, which they offer rifle, shotguns, pistols, all that, and you can get the gunsmithing work on that, you guys can kind of build that up because they sell strip lowers and complete lowers, and then you can kind of piece it together. So that's another option for people who want to build it.
Thank you.
You know, some people just don't want to or can't afford the wallet of throwing out the cash for a complete rifle, so they rather just spend it in pieces. So
I understand that too.
Yeah, there you go. You can get that. That stuff is there. All that stuff is there. They got tons of stuff. Check it out. If you don't have, you guys heard of this stuff, all right? But there's always new stuff. CZs. There's Walter PPQ stuff. There's MMP, all types of stuff that are there. So check that stuff out. Remember TSM 10 for 10% off on that. Jen, you have anything you want to go to? Any live stuff or anything on that side?
No, I don't think so. I think we're good. Let me check one more time, but.
Hold on, we got to do. There's tons of live stuff. You got something going?
Oh, Greg Cannon says, so Jade said, tell them what we want. Tell Taran, add me as a +1 on Jennifer's request for the AICS base pads.
Okay, I have it noted.
There we go.
I will do that.
Pew Pew says, what's your favorite match you shot this year and why? P.S. I love you.
Oh, I love you too. Favorite match I shot this year. We've been shooting a lot of locals lately, because like I said, we're on contract, and I've been enjoying being home and shooting. However, we went to shoot for the gold in April, and that was so fun. It's a charity match for Special Olympics of Kansas, but I mean, it was just an awesome. It was just an awesome match. So I really enjoyed going to shoot for the gold, and we had a beautiful time. It was hot AF. But we shot with our friend Sean Ryan and Corinne, and it was a great match altogether. I really enjoyed it, and that's one of the matches that we like to go to annually, just because it's put on by our friends, but it's in a great location, and it's just fun.
What locals are you shooting out in CA there? Maybe some people want to get with you or shoot that match with you guys.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So we shoot Deadwood Boys out at Piru. We also shoot SWPL, so Southwest Pistol League, on the fourth Sunday of every month. And also, there's Norco is nearby in Prado. We usually stick to SWPL and Deadwood Boys. However, occasionally we may go to Norco or Prado. So it just really depends. But mainly SWPL and Deadwood Boys.
There you go. What else? Let's see what else we got here. We got tons of live ones here. We're going to kind of swing through these. What do we got here? Do they work on a Gen 5? I know the answer is probably no to that.
Wait, what was that?
I'm assuming the Magwells. Assuming that question is, do they work on a Gen 5? They don't. I don't believe.
Do the Magwells work on a Gen 5?
No, Gen 5 has its own Magwell.
Yeah, because it has its own Magwell built into it. Right.
Yeah. There's so I can see that the design's got to be totally different for a Gen 5. So I already knew that didn't work. It maybe eventually down the line there will be an additional Magwell that goes on top of that, but who knows? Yeah, the Gen 5s are awesome. From Lawrence, the new what do we got? Streamlight TLR. So there's just some conversation going on. 26 Glock Ascension. Do you ever practice or compete shooting clays? So the shotgun clay side of things, do you ever compete with that?
They have been thrown into our matches. Like we went to one. It was Superstition, I believe, that had like clays and flying and all that stuff, which is cool. But we don't have like a clay bird thrower thing here. So when they're in a match, we pretty much just shoot them there. But I enjoy it. I think it's really fun. Tracking, it's interesting. And I've always wanted to hunt birds, so I was like, this could be something I could maybe do, Yeah.
There you go. Utah Ridge, real quick. Are you and Taran going to compete at Fort Benning Multi-Gun Challenge? If not, when are you competing on your next national level?
We most likely will not be going to Fort Benning. And as far as national goes, we'll be going to 3-Gun Regional.
In
Surefire. And Area 2. So We'll be there too. Which I don't know. Is Area 2 national? Would that be considered national?
No.
No, but I mean, I love the area matches. So yeah, Surefire, multi-gun, and 3-gun regional.
Yeah, I think I know the answer to this one, but we're going to put it out there. Jim Jones says, does TTI make any base pad extensions for the HK, specifically the one for an HK45?
Do we make base pads for the HK45?
No.
No. Sorry about
There we
that.
HK suck.
I'll make a note if you want. We'll see how it goes.
HK suck.
HK suck. Dang.
That's what he just said. Did you hear him?
Yeah, I heard it. There you
Okay,
go.
good.
So it's funny. It's a weird story. I don't know if I've ever told it on this, but when I was probably very early in getting into this whole thing. This was before the Shooter's Mindset show. I was filming like gun videos with an iPhone 3G. Right, that's how I got into it. They were awful. They're probably not even on the YouTube channel anymore. But whatever. I started to get into fancy guns, and I just, for some reason, I had a FN SLP 12-gauge shotgun, and I came across Taran Tactical Innovation site. Don't know how. I just came across it, and I sent an email. It's funny why he said HK sucks, but whatever. I sent an email saying, "Can you guys trick out my FN SLP?" And I think the response, I don't know if it was Taran or whoever was working there at the time. They said, "No, we don't currently offer any FN work, whatever." But I was like, sell it and get a Benelli M2. It wasn't kind of like that straight up, but that was kind of the thing. It was like, yeah, you should probably sell it and just get a Benelli, and then we'll work on it for you. And I was like, oh shit. I guess it was like, this is, I didn't know. I don't even think I knew Taran ran that company or whatever, but it was funny. And eventually I did sell it. I liked it. I wish I still had it. There's a lot of guns I wish I still had, but I did end up selling that eventually, and I do have a TTI shotgun now. So I guess in the end, the message kind of held up.
Yeah.
Where it was
That's
received.
awesome.
So there we go. It's funny. Yeah. There you go. So sell that HK, get yourself a Glock, buddy, and then they can trick it out for you. So I have a couple HKs. Don't do it. Good guns. Whatever. All right. What else we got? I got a couple on here. Any upcoming events, matches, or projects? You talked about a few earlier. Do you have anything else?
Yes, sir. So, as far as matches, like we said, Area 2, there's an Arizona PCC match that we're going to, 3-gun regional and Surefire multi-gun. As far as projects go, we're collabing with a few of our sponsors that we actually just recently partnered up with in terms of sponsorship. So we're working on that, and those will be released later on down the line. And yeah, just like if we're talking about sponsors, can I throw out some new sponsors that we got this year? No? Okay. So then maybe we'll just shout out Roca and Streamlight and LA Police Gear, because those are our homies. But yeah, we just picked up a Streamlight, and it's really raging. Like, do you run a Streamlight, or what do you run?
Right now, I love, we sell Streamlight in the gun shop, so I love their product. But I was working with a company called Olight. So this one's on the 35. Which I like because it goes straight to the kind of almost to the end of the muzzle, so it has kind of a slick feature. This one happens to be like 1200 lumens, which is a little bit intense for the output. I don't know. Yeah. I like shined it. I'm like, oh shit, there it is.
Yeah.
Well,
when it reflects back and blinds you, it might be overkill.
So I just got it. It's a little bit. I don't know. I don't think 1200 lumens is really needed on a weapon light, but this one's pretty cool. I just got to run it more, and we'll see how it is. So I can do momentary on or whatever, all that stuff. But so I'm not currently running a Streamlight. Jen, I don't know if you're running any weapon lights or anything like that.
I'm not. I have a Streamlight TLR that goes on my 43, but I don't have any other ones for any of my other pistols. Just that one.
Awesome. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, we know Team Streamlight products are top of the line. There we go.
I got mine right here.
So a couple live ones here. Jade, when is your next match? You kind of talked about that already. How did you score in your last match? And when is your next match, kind of thing. So it's like they want to know kind of how'd you finish in your last match, if you can remember it.
Last match, so I'm shooting 2 guns for local matches just to get a little bit of practice in on both sides. So this last weekend, I placed 3rd overall with my PCC. And then the weekend before that, I placed, I think, 3rd again, something like that.
You were second like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Second 2 or 3 weeks ago, something like that. So I'm trying to stay up in like the top like 5-ish area. Definitely thankful to be like even in the top 3 because that's like.
You won limited last weekend.
Yeah, thank you. Last weekend, I took home like limited 10 in PCC.
No, limited regular.
Huh? At this last one?
Yeah, overall amount.
Oh, thanks. Really?
Yeah.
And at this last match, took home first overall and limited at our last match that we just shot, which is crazy. I had no idea. Thank you.
Minor.
I feel like I shoot so terribly these days, but I'm very grateful that.
Shooting great.
Thank you.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. So a suggestion on a TTI product, and this should have been out. All right. We need some like 2011 work, right? We need some, and 2011s run pretty, STIs. I'm a big fan of the STI. I'm sure Taran is too.
Absolutely.
And a variety of other guns, but I don't know. And I've seen some one-offs. Ashley Rourke has, I think, like an STI Eagle with some Taran tactical stuff on the side. I don't know if there was any work done to that or if it was just like a lasered-on logo. But I don't know. Maybe some STI Eagle 2011 type of modifications. We already know that you offer the base pads for Infinities and STIs to add to the mags. We know that that's there, but I don't know. Maybe something a little bit more for them. I don't know if there's much. I don't know what's his take on it, but
yeah, I'll let you know.
Those guns run really well, but so does the Glock. Glock runs really well out the box anyway. But you can always improve somewhere on things.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
All right, I think we're good. And Jen, you're good on the live side.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me just do a double check. Okay, so yeah, he's just kind of laughing out loud at the HK stuff, and he said he carries a Glock 19, so he's smart enough, I guess, to carry a Glock. But I guess he has a couple of HKs that he wanted to trick out.
Awesome.
So there you go. There you go.
Yeah. Hey, no hate, no shame in your game, man. I support you all.
There we go. So I think it's they do make accessories for HK, but it's like I forgot the website somewhere, but you can get them, so they're out there. But that'll do it. I think we're all good to go down to shout outs here. It was a great show.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, we'll start off with shout outs here. Jen, what do you have?
Prime Ammunition. I can't wait to go shoot some more this weekend. Night Force Optics, Lansing Tactical, Grizzly Targets, Carbon Arms, Shooters of Augusta and Sharpshooters of Augusta, Under Industries for awesome jerseys, and Patriot cases.
Oh, there we go. Jade, any shout outs anymore? I know you shouted out a couple.
GSL suppressors. Sorry.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No, don't be sorry. Shout out to Taran Tactical and Bravo Company, Voltor, Streamlight, Trigicon, Glock, because they're cool. Shout out to STI International, Blade Tech, Roca Sports, LA Police Gear, 511,
Black Hills. Black Hills.
Black Hills, potentially Fiochi, and Federal. And also, and to you guys, thank you so much for having me, Anthony. I appreciate you.
There we go. No, we appreciate you coming on and spending 2 hours of your time. I just realized that I didn't even set up my mic. It's right here. So hopefully the audio was good.
We can hear you.
It sounds fabulous. Yeah.
Really? So, geez,
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell? What? It's not on? So there we go. Hopefully the audio was good throughout the show, at least on my end. So I guess the computer one works fine. Lastly, some shout outs on my end here. Subscribe to the channel. If you're watching on the YouTube side of things, right below the video, hit the subscribe button. That'll keep you in tune with all the latest from the Shooter's Mindset stuff. Every Tuesday at 9, we're doing a new episode of the Shooter's Mindset featuring a great guest. We have one. We're pretty much booked out for the rest of this month and starting in September already. So we'll have a full lineup here. Folks over at Tactical Shit, for their support over the years, we appreciate them. Always funny dudes, always cool guys to hang around with. Check out their website, shop.tacticalshit. Tandemkross for all your rimfire needs. If you're getting into rimfire competition, maybe getting a junior shooter, a daughter, a son involved, want to start them off with rimfire, Tandemkross is a good place to go do that. Let's see. Email me. The shootersmindset@gmail.com is a good way to get a hold of me. Definitely thanks to Jade for spending 2 hours of her time with us here to talk some gun stuff.
Yeah.
And that'll do it. Taran Tactical Innovations, always.
Thank you. I
appreciate
appreciate you
that.
guys.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Let's flash our guns really quick. One last time. At the same time. Ready? Go.
Oh, Jen don't have hers. Sucks.
Jen,
Oh, well,
here, I got here,
Cheers.
Jen. This is your 17 now. This is a 34 for me. And we're all flashing each other.
There we go.
Thank you so much, you guys. It was so good to see you both. You take away my. What are you doing? Taran's flashing you.
Yeah.
Taran says hi too. And thank you guys so. Oh yeah.
Holy shit. There we go.
You got me. Yeah.
All right. So that'll do it for episode 229 of the Shooter's Mindset. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We're out of here.
Thank you.